Blue Lock is not like the typical sports manga, and coming from the writer of Jagan, you'll know that this'll be something else. After losing in the FIFA World Cup, Japan needs to get good. And what's a better way to get good than a football battle royale? If you haven't already noticed it yet, Blue Lock is a sports manga about football. However, unlike most sports mangas that focus on teamwork and the power of friendship, Blue Lock instead focuses on individuality. The main concept behind the Blue Lock project is ego, believing that a great striker must have an ego to match. In Blue Lock, being egoistical is a key to becoming a better striker. Ego is, according to Google, a person's sense of self-worth or self-importance. With that said, there are two philosophies that emerge: egoism and egotism. Egoism is different from egotism. While egoism is knowing the value of yourself and putting importance to thyself, egotism, on the other hand, is overvaluing yourself when comparing yourself to others. With that said, Blue Lock pushes the concept that by knowing yourself, one can improve and be better. Isagi Yoichi, our main character, is not that overpowered in terms of skill, as there are plenty of players within Blue Lock that are far better than him. But by taking on an egoistic approach and accepting that he himself can improve, Isagi embodies the concept of egoism. But Isagi is not the only one who can do this. Everyone in Blue Lock can. The character development in Blue Lock is great, since most of the time, the spotlight gets taken away from our main character. From the superhero Kunigami to the playful Bachira, and to even the King Shoei battle. Everyone in Blue Lock can become the main character. One of the running jokes in the Blue Lock community online is that the author tends to forget that Isagi is the main character. But when that happens, Isagi tends to come back to steal the spotlight for himself, which leads us to the next part. The moments when Isagi steps up his game leads to one of the most hyped up parts of this manga. These parts are sure to... There are plenty of great art in this manga, and if I have to compare the feeling of seeing it for the first time, it would have to be with the Junji Ito's mangas. In Junji Ito's mangas, his most powerful move is the page flip, where the suspense building up for the whole chapter will lead to a climax of shit-inducing scares. In Blue Lock though, instead of scaring the shit out of you, it instead hypes you the f*** up. There are plenty of times where I go from just reading the manga. Of course, it's not only about the hype moments. There are also plenty of great art in this manga, especially on the later volumes. My favorite parts though are the eyes. They are very expressive, as you can visually see the fear, anger, surprise, or any other emotions that these characters have. Do you remember in Kuroko no Basket where some players go into the zone, where their eyes leave some streaks of light and it's hella dope? Well, Blue Lock has their own counterpart to that. Instead of streaks of light when players get into the focus mode or something, their eyes glow, seeming like they are on fire, reflecting what the character feels like. And it even goes to the next level, as when they go into the zone, which they call here as flow, they go full removal from the Kengan universe and their eyes go black and speaks for itself. Blue Lock is not for everyone though. One of the most common complaints is that Isagi is not very main character-y. He gets easily overshadowed by other players in Blue Lock, and it happens so often that other people in the Blue Lock community are having mixed feelings about it. There are some who are irritated that Isagi is being overshadowed by others, while there are also some that make fun of him. But hey, it do be like that. And Isagi more often than not gets the spotlight back to himself. For me though, if you're planning to read this manga and you're looking for realism, you might want to think twice. It's quite realistic when portraying characters and what goes inside their heads, but if you're looking for that realistic football feel, this is not for you. The concept of Blue Lock opposes the concept of football as a sport and even team sports in general. In team-focused sports, everyone has their own responsibilities and acts for the good of the team. In basketball, there are point guards, shooting guards, forwards, and centers. Meanwhile, in volleyball, there are middle blockers, setters, attackers, and liberos. Each person on a position has their own unique strengths and weaknesses that they bring into the table. These different positions work in tandem with one another in their respective sports, and football is no different. Teamwork is necessary for the team to work, but by only focusing on oneself defeats the purpose of football, and with that, it might be a turnoff for some people who knows the sport and love them. Blue Lock takes a different approach to football as a manga and often dabbles with psychology, showing the ideas behind concepts that are abundant even in real life. If you suspend your disbelief for some of the unrealistic aspects in this manga, you would definitely enjoy it. It's pretty good. A great sports action manga with great art and character building. However, this manga is not for everyone. Think twice.